Okay, so let's get started here on audio. So we've been dealing with all this video stuff here and interaction and all that stuff, and that's nice and all, but it would be nice to be able to have some more, wouldn't it? So, right now our world is kind of quiet and stuff like that. So, if you were thinking like, hey, let's create some audio source here. If I were doing this, well, I am doing it. So my idea would be to add some, ocean noise and seagulls and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do that here real quick. Okay, so the way Unity works is that there are two major parts for audio. So there's an audio listener. So if you think that kind of like a microphone that transmit all this information to your computer speakers. And then there are audio sources. So the audio sources are things that make noise. All right. So these things that make noise, we're gonna add one in here, and this one I'm just gonna attach to Ethan because Ethan, this noise is gonna follow Ethan around the whole way. Let me go ahead and move Ethan forward a little bit because, yeah, he's standing in the tree. Or actually, I guess kind of sideways. So to Ethan, we're going to add a noise because it's okay if it follows him around. It's just easier to find that way. Also, if we wanted to, we could have it be positional, but we're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, down here at the bottom, it says Add Component. All right, and we're going to choose audio. So audio, and then we're going to choose audio source. All right, so audio source, that creates this right here. All right, so audio source at minimum needs an audio clip. So an audio clip is something that makes noise. So let's go ahead and bring one of those in. First, I'm going to go back to main menu assets there. And we're going to bring in an audio clip here. It's just seagulls, so I'm just going to drag this in here. So this one's an MP3. It can be a WAV. It can be AIFF. It can be a mod file or a MIDI file even. So, or at least it used to be a MIDI file. So we've got right here the seagull sound. So I'm going to hit play on this so we can hear it. So yeah, it's kind of an oceany noise, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to click on Ethan here again, third person controller, and I'm going to scroll down here where it says audio clip, and I'm going to drag this right in there. Doink. Audio clip. All right, so right now if we play this, so I click in here, hey, we've got audio, right? It stops. Whoops. So what we have to do is we have to check the loop checkbox here. So now it'll play forever. We can go over here and change the volume. So if this is too loud, which is as usually is, so I'm going to change the volume down here a bit. We're going to leave the rest of this alone because it's fine. So when we hit play on here, it'll do fine. All right, so that is working just fine. One of the things I want to do here real quick, unfortunately I can't really use too many other audio effects because then, YouTube will give me a copyright strike and kind of, it's annoying. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use some more examples on this. So I'm going to turn off this one, and you can do that without deleting it by unchecking the checkbox there. So you see where it says a little speaker here and it says audio source. I've unchecked it and now it won't run. See? Perfectly quiet. So that is kind of like a sound effect that will follow you. That's actually good for things like music. Like if you have background music playing, you can do that with that. Or a sound effect that you need to happen all over the place, you can do that as well. Now, the other thing that I want to show you here, I'm going to kind of zoom over here real quick, and I'm going to drop a cube here real quick. Create 3D object cube. Doink. So we've got a cube here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach to it. I'm going to hit add component, audio, and an audio source, and I'm going to add an audio source to it, another one. So let's go ahead and do that. Same thing. Audio clip, and going to loop. But this time I'm going to go here and change the settings here. One of them here is spatial blend. 2D means it's going to just stay in your head. With 3D though, if I drag this all the way over here, that means it will act in a 3D form. So it'll farther away, it's square it is, things like that. And it'll have things like Doppler effect and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is going to change this little ring here, the sphere, and this is actually showing the minimum distance for everything. So I'm going to actually, anything outside of this, you're not going to hear it. So I'm going to bring this thing way up because I want to hear it from a distance. Let's see, how far away are we? Let's see. There. That's not bad. Yeah, I guess that'll do. So we've got that distance here. So let's give this a try. I'm going to hit play on here. So you can actually hear it off to our left right now. If we walk away, it'll get quieter. Actually, I should have turned down the volume. That's part of the reason here. Let me drop the volume down a little bit. All right, and I think I'm actually going to reduce the maximum there because that's a little bit much. So let's go ahead and hit play again there. You can kind of hear it off in the distance. But as we get closer, it gets louder. You know, to a point. All right. And we can walk away here real quick. So we get further away, it kind of drops off. And we can see that over here, actually. So you see this line? It's representing what our volume is. And this is our volume control right here. And right here, it hits maximum. So we get closer, get a little bit louder. And that's maximum volume right there for us. So I should probably reduce this down a little bit. How about when we get to, I don't know, how about right here is where it gets maximum volume. So remember, Ethan is actually not the, where we're receiving audio. It's actually our camera. It's our multi-purpose camera rig. So here we go. So we're actually, right now we're in the center of it. But farther we move away, the better it'll be. Oops. By the way, yes, Ethan cannot swim. This water is just visual. There are plugins. One of them I'm also going to show you that'll make it a little bit better. But yeah. And that's audio. So that's the super basics of audio. We have other things that we can add in, like reverb zones, so it can sound like you're in a pit or something like that. It's pretty cool. You can add multiple sound effects, play around with it. It's a lot of fun. If you want to get some really trippy stuff going on here, change your Doppler levels, take that all the way up. It's really cool. So I'll let you play with that on that. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's, I know it's kind of short. We're going to get 10 minutes on an audio, But we've got some other stuff to talk about here as well. So we're actually going to come back and talk about trees next. So, cool. See you in a few minutes.